Good afternoon. Unit 3 PLD Architecture and Applications. So, first we will see the introduction. So, the function provided by each of the 7400 series path, its parts is fixed and it cannot be tailored to suit a particular design situation. This fact, coupled with the limitation that each chip contains only a few logic gates, makes these chips inefficient for building large logic circuits. It is also possible to manufacture a chips which contain relatively large amount of logic circuitry with a structure which is not fixed. So such a chips are introduced in 1970s and these are called as PLD, that is programmable logic device. So the PLD is general purpose chip for implementing a logic circuitry and it contains a collection of logic circuit elements which can be customized in different ways. A PLD can be viewed as a black box which contains a logic gate and programmable switches. The programmable switches allow the logic gate inside the PLD to be connected together to implement whatever logic circuit is needed. Now here is a hierarchy of logic implementation. So there are two types of logic, standard logic and ASIC. ASIC is again a PLDs, that is programmable logic device, gate array, cell based IC and full custom IC, and PLD is again SPLD, CPLD and FPGA. So what is here we will see the long forms of these. So SPLD is simple programmable logic device, PAL is programmable array logic, CPLD is complex PLD, that is complex programmable logic, FPGA is field programmable gate array, ASIC application specific integrated circuit. So a programmable logic is defined as a device with configurable logic and flip-flop which are linked together with programmable interconnect. So in case of PLD, memory cells control and define the function that the logic perform and how various logic functions are interconnected. The PLDs or programmable logic devices is composed of two types of gate array, AND array and OR array. PLD are programmed in one of the three ways, that is connection between the gates are linked but physically breaking some lines. Second, alternatively connections are made by melting some lines. And third method is connecting the gate by using software control switches within the PLD. So programmable logic provide various advantages. So the first advantage of PLD is that the programmable logic saves a valuable board space and the power, and also debug time, which automatically reduces the cost. It also increases the performance and design security. The integration increases a design reliability because there are fewer dependencies on the interconnection of device. The greatest advantage of programmable logic is its flexibility. If there are changes in the design, user can modify the connection inside the programmable logic device without making and breaking the connection, and this will save additional cost and lost time to market. The programmable logic allow user to use a design tool which help to automate the process. The real work in programmable logic design process is in producing a design description from the design specification. So the rest of the steps are automated with the software. The design description can be captured in number of languages including VHDL Verilog. The output of software is fuse map, which is used to program the device. So next is the CPLD. So what is CPLD? What is CPLD? Long form of CPLD is complex programmable logic device. So CPLD or complex programmable logic device chip include a several circuit block on a single chip with inside wiring resource to attach the circuit block. Each circuit block is comparable to a PLA or a PAL. The chips are inadequate to fairly modest sizes, normally supporting a mutual number of input and output of not more than 32. For designing of this circuit that need more input and output, either numerous PLAs which can be employed or else or many classic type of chip can be used called as CPLD. So CPLD consists of multiple circuit block on a single chip with internal wiring resources to connect the circuit block. The architectural building block of CPLD consists of PL block, also called as functional block, interconnect matrix and input output block. So what is complex programmable logic device? It is one kind of integrated circuit that application designers design to implement a digital hardware like a mobile phone. This can handle knowingly higher design than SPLDs, that is simple programmable logic device, but it offer a less logic than FPGA, that is field programmable gate array. CPLD include numerous logic blocks. The CPLD, here each of the blocks include 8 to 16 microcells. Every logic block execute a specific function. All of the microcells in logic block are fully connected, and depending upon the use, these blocks may or may not be connected to one another. The most CPLDs have microcells with some of the logic function and an elective flip-flop. So AND plane can accept the input from the input output block and other function block or feedback from the same function block. The terms are then ORed together using a fixed number of OR gate, and the terms are selected via a large multiplexer. The output of the mux can then be sent straight out of the block or through a clock flip-flop. Each function is comprised of microcell, each capable of implementing a combinational or registered function. The functional block generate output that drive the fast connect switch matrix. The logic within the functional block is implemented using sum of the product form. Then interconnect matrix. The interconnect matrix connect a signal to function block. Then all input output block then all input output blocks outputs and all zeros. FBs, that is functional block output, drive the fast connect matrix. Any of these may be selected to drive each functional block with a uniform delay. Then input output block, it interfaces between the internal logic and the device uses input output pins. Each IO block include input buffer, output driver, output enable selection multiplexer, and user programmable ground control. The input output buffer is compatible with 5V TTL, 3.3V CMOS, and 2.5V CMOS signal. Each output driver is designed to provide fast switching with minimal power noise. All output driver in the device may be configured for driving either 3.3V CMOS level. Each IOB provide user programmable ground pin capability. This allow device input output pin to be configured as an additional ground pin. Each IOB also provide for bus hold circuitry, which is called as a keeper, which is active during a valid user operation. So what is CPLD? Depending on the chip, the combinational logic function support from 4 to 16 product terms. The CPLDs are also differ in terms of shift register and logic gates. Due to this reason, the CPLDs with a huge number of logic gates may be used instead of FPGA. The another CPLD specification signifies the number of product terms that a microcell can accomplish. The product term are the product of digital signals that execute a specific logic function, and CPLDs are available in several IC package form and logic families. So CPLDs also differ in terms of supply voltage, operating current, standby current, and power dissipation, and these are obtainable with various amount of memory and various kinds of memory support. The memory is expressed in bits per megabits. The memory support consists of ROM, RAM, and dual port RAM. It also comprises of CAM, that is content addressable memory, as well as FIFO, first in first out memory, and last in last out memory. So, architecture of CPLD, a complex programmable logic device comprises a group of programmable functional blocks. The input and output of the functional blocks are connected together by global interconnection matrix, and this interconnection matrix is reconfigurable. So we can modify that contacts between the functional block. There will be some input and output block which that let us to unite a CPLD to external port. So here is a diagram of CPLD. The programmable functional block looks like the array of logic gates. In CPLD programming, the design is first coded in Verilog or VHDL language. Once the code is simulated and synthesized, during the synthesis, the CPLD model or target device is handpicked. A technology-based mapping net list is produced. This list can be close-fitting to the GNU CPLD architecture using a place and route process. It is achieved by the place and route software of CPLD company's priority. Then the operator will do some confirmation process. If everything is good, then he will utilize the CPLD, else he will rearrange it. When considering a complex or we can say CPLD for use in design, there are some architecture issue which can taken into account, that is programmable technology, functional block and input output capability. We have already seen these three blocks. Some of the families of CPLD from a different retailers include Ultramax 7000 and Max 9000 families, Atmel ATF and ATV family, that is ISP LSI family, Lattice Mac family, and Xilinx XC9500 family. Now there are some advantages of CPLD, that CPLD has many benefits such as ease of design, faster time to market, low developmental cost, longer time in market, though field upgrade ability, increased product revenue, reduced PCB area, decreased component inventory, lower cost than discrete parts. There are some applications of CPLD. The complex programmable logic devices are ideal for high performance critical control applications. It can be used in digital design to perform the functions of bootloader. CPLD is used for loading the configuration data of field programmable gate array from non-volatile memory. Generally, these are used in small design application like address decoding. Also, CPLD are frequently used many applications like cost sensitive battery operated portable devices due to its low size and usage of low power. It is also used in wide variety of applications from implementing a random glue logic to prototyping small gate arrays. CPLD can realize a reasonable complex design such as graphics controller, LAN controller, UART, cache control and many other. One of the most common use in industry at this time and a strong reason for the large growth of CPLD market is the conversion of design which consists of multiple SPLDs, that is simple PLDs, into a smaller number of CPLDs. The circuits which can exploit wide AND OR gates and do not need a very large number of flip-flop are good candidate for implementation of CPLD. A significant advantage of CPLD is that simple design change through reprogramming within system programming CPLDs, possible to reconfigure hardware without power down. Predictability of circuit implementation and speed performance is one of the strongest advantage of CPLD architecture. Now, while considering the CPLD for use in design, there are some design following issues should be taken into account. One is programmable technology, that is EPROM, EEPROM or Flash EPROM. This will determine the equipment needed to program the device and whether they can program only once or many times. Then the function block capability. So how many function blocks are there in the device? How many product and sum terms can be used? Also, what are the maximum and minimum delay through the logic? What additional resources are there? What kind of register controls are available, that is clock, enable, reset, preset? How many are local input to the function block and how many are global how many global chip wide inputs? What kind of clock driver are in the device and what is the worst case skew of the clock signal on the chip? How many input output are independent used for any function and how many are dedicated for clock input? What is the output drive capability in terms of voltage level and current, and what kind of logic is included in an input output block which can be used to increase the functionality of the design? So these are the selection criteria for the CPLDs. Now the next part is FPGA. We will see this FPGA part in the next lecture.